Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the National Museum of the American Indian. We are in our final day of our Hawaiian celebration here, and we are celebrating an old traditional land management system called the ahupuaʻa. And we are very fortunate to have with us today Hālau Nohona Hawaiʻi. Please give them a warm welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, aloha. One more time, aloha. My name is Kumuhula Kaimana Chee. I'm from the North Shore of the island of Oahu. Anybody been out there before? All right, let's go again. It is an honor for us to be here with you today on behalf of the National Museum of the American Indian and our Hālau Nohona Hawaiʻi. We want to thank you for spending some time with us. We're here to share with you a little bit of the Hula Kahiko, or the ancient version of hula. This is the version of hula prior to Western contact. Most people believe that Western contact was made in about 1778. So hula before that was a lot different than the hula that you saw on Lilo and Stitch and Moana. So we're here to share with you a little bit of our hula. We're going to do a little bit of storytelling about the hula, and then we're going to ask some of you to come up here to learn some basic steps today. So we hope you enjoy our program, and again, we'll be performing again later on at 1 o'clock. Huli. Ladies and gentlemen, our first hula is entitled He'eia. Now, for those of you who have been to the island of Oahu, there is a beach near Kaneohe called He'eia. It's a harbor, but the beach there is very, very shallow. There is also a not so popular beach called He'eia on the big island of Hawaii near Kaholo Point on the Kona side of the island. And this beach was famous for a couple of things. It was a famous but hidden surfing spot. It had a double shore break, a double surfing shore break, which for surfers, if you're a surfer, it was something very, very rare and unique. It was also a beautiful beach. The beach was lined with pebbles or rocks. Our dancers today performed the hula, adding ili or stone pebbles to their dance to be reminiscent of how the waves would crash along the seashore, making that very, very unique sort of musical sound. We've added ili to our dance to give you that sound of the waves crashing on those rocks. He'eia was also a famous rendezvous for lovers to go and enjoy the beachside. Also famous for the beautiful birds flying along the seashore. This is He'eia performed by our young men and women. Nohoi lalo. Ma Koko. Hei no no kala kaua. Iluna. Huli. So ladies and gentlemen, again, He'eia, a beautiful beach on the big island of Hawaii. If you notice our wahine's costumes, the top represents the color of the sand, and as you go down their costume, it represents the different depths of the ocean. So their blues get deeper as the ocean gets deeper in Hawaii. When hula is performed, the costume is just as important as the motions, the footwork, to really tell a complete story of that hula. Remember that prior to Western contact, the Hawaiian language, what we call Olelo Hawaii, was only a spoken language, which means we didn't have a written alphabet until missionaries came over and created that alphabet in the 1800s. Prior to that, all of our history and our storytelling was translated into chant, later into music, and then dance was added into it. And that's how the Hawaiian culture survived so many years, by passing on those traditions through oli, through chant, through song, and through hula from generation to generation to perpetuate the Hawaiian culture. Now, a lot of people, you see hand motions and you might understand what those motions are representing in our story. For example, if you see the motion like this, ke kai, what's that representing, everybody? Let's make some kai, everybody. It's the waves or the ocean, right? Let me see everybody do some ocean in the audience. Okay, I see the Potomac, but in bigger waves. Okay, now what about this motion? Let's do some ua. What's this motion, everybody? Rain, absolutely, it's rain, rain. That looks like snow, but it's not snow. It's rain. If you see this motion, kamakani, what's this motion, everyone? Wait, you guys are smart. Somebody said smoke the last time. It's not smoke. It is wind. Let me see some wind in the audience. Wind. We didn't need a whole hurricane, but a light breeze would be fine. What about this motion? Let's make a hale. What's this motion, everybody? House. I hear house and mountain. It's always the same. House and mountain. Who says it's a mountain? Mountain? Okay. Who says it's a house? Okay, who says it's a mountain? Okay, you haven't been to Hawaii because the mountains are way bigger than that in Hawaii. But let me see your house. Let me see your house. House. I can tell which one of you live in the Potomac because you have a big house. Big house. Yep. But something that we don't really get into is the footwork of the hula. And so if we have any volunteers to come up, we're going to talk about the footwork of the hula and what it represents in our storytelling. So if we could get a couple of ladies and men, you guys can go out and grab somebody. We're going to voluntold you. It's kind of like volunteering, but you're forced. Awesome, awesome. Hey, real men dance hula, gentlemen out there. Oh. Kamalu? Okay, so the first motion we're gonna learn, yep, and my dancers will mirror you. They're gonna mirror you, so if they're going that way, you're going that way, okay? All right, so the first most basic hula motion that we learned growing up in hula is called the kaholo. Everybody say kaholo. And kaholo is a very, very basic step. It's a side-to-side step, 2 steps to the right, 2 steps to the left. Pa'i. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, hands on your hips. Yep, and we're gonna take 2 steps to the right and 2 steps to the left. Slower. And ready and pa. Go right, left, and left. And right, and left. So in storytelling or in the hula, a kaholo can stand for many things. It can stand for the tide or the ocean going back and forth. It can be a tree blowing in the wind, moving from side to side. So the kaholo is a very, very foundation of hula comes from this step, the kaholo. Good job, everybody. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay. Our next step, ladies and gentlemen, is called the hela. Everybody say hela. Hela. So the hela is a step where you alternate between pointing your right foot and your left foot. Now what the hela represents, we're gonna go ahead and do it. Can I get a beat first? We're mirroring them. So you guys are starting with your left. You guys are starting with your right. And ready and pa and step, 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 step. Now, what's important in hula, folks, is that your bottom half of your body is separate from the top half. So your head can't be bobbing up and down. If your head's bobbing up and down, you need to bend your knees so that your head is perfectly still while the bottom part of your body is doing the footwork. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this step can also represent a few things, but primarily, if you ever go to the beach, not Ocean City because that water's dirty. If you ever go to the beach and you watch the tide roll up and down the sand, up and down the sand, this footwork represents that tide going up and down that sand. Sometimes in Hawaiian poetry, that relationship between a wave and the sand is also a symbol of caring, of loving, and of caressing. So this hela has a bunch of different meanings. Good job, everybody. All right, last motion we're gonna learn. Give them a round of applause for the hela. Our last and final motion is called the uehe. Everyone say uehe. Uehe. Uehe is a little bit more difficult. We're gonna pick up our alternating feet, starting with your right foot. And once you put your foot down, you're gonna push your knees up like this. Again, your head cannot move. So you have to bend your knees and keep your head perfectly still. Let's get a slower beat, please. Good. Ready and pa. Go. Right and left. Uehe. And right and left. Push it up. Again. And right and left. So ladies and gentlemen, the uehe is a step where if you think about a wave crashing on a rock and splashing, this footwork can resemble that part of nature, a wave hitting a rock and splashing. Some people also recognize it as a raindrop hitting the ground and splashing. This is also good to strengthen your thighs. Awesome. Let's give our dancers a round of applause. Thank you guys. You can take your seats. Mahalo. Good job. We'll be recruiting you to perform next year. Okay. To your oni spots, please. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to leave you with one last hula before we take a short break. This hula is entitled Akaluna o Pu'uʻoniʻoni. Pu'uʻoniʻoni is a cliff that which Pele and her sisters looked down as the lava was erupting, devouring the district of Puna, the South Shore district of Puna, and making its way into the ocean. So what I want you to watch for, the visuals I want you to watch for, is the lava flow creeping down the mountain, hitting the ocean and making that loud hissing sound of the steam blowing up in the air. Pele, our goddess of fire, we honor her with this hula, Akaluna o Pu'uʻoniʻoni. Makoko. Hei noa nohi yaka I ka polio pele. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we want to thank you for sharing this time with us. We do hope that you enjoy the rest of the museum today and a celebration of the Hawaiian ahupuaʻa. We are Hālau Nohona Hawaiʻi of Silver Spring, Maryland. We wish you a warm aloha and have a beautiful day. Let's go.